Get competitive and whatnot. So soccer, football, that's fine.
No cussing. Yeah, no cussing.
No cussing.
No cussing. We can't.
Why don't y'all just bleep it out? Yeah, I should just bleep it out.
Dude,
Oh.
I'm
Oh,
the
you
one
don't wanna
editing
edit
this,
this
bro.
out?
We can beep it out. Ooh.
Oh,
Game on! Game on!
Welcome to Game On. My name is David.
My name is Mason. What's going on, everybody? Today, we're going to be talking a little bit of DeKalb sports. For this week, honestly, there's not a whole lot going on. There's a football game this Friday, and then soccer team takes on Hananiga Saturday. After last Friday, it was not a good game for the football team, to be honest. It was not good. We took a loss 45-7 to Lincoln Way Central. There's really not a whole lot to talk about with that. They're good.
That's a playoff team right there.
Yeah,
wait, who y'all got this week?
This week we got Lincoln Way West.
Lincoln Way West.
Yeah, they're also good. Right now they're 5-0. They just beat Lincoln Way Central 2 weeks ago.
They did, yeah.
Yeah, so they're pretty solid. And then y'all got Hananiga. Yeah. So this right here, everyone, this is Mauricio Jasso, and this is Mohammed. They are two varsity soccer players on our team at DeKalb. Mauricio, how long you been on varsity? 3 years, right?
3 years, my sophomore
Mohammed,
year.
this is your
2 years.
2 years now?
Yeah.
All right, yeah. So, these are two, important key players in the soccer team. And we're going to have them talk about kind of their season and how things have been going so far and how they feel about this Saturday coming up against Hananiga. So, Mauricio, why don't you start? How you think the season's been going for you guys?
I think the season's going pretty well. I think the boys are. I think we're very united this year as a team, on and off the field. We've done a lot of things, all our team dinners, everything, all that energy, positive vibes. It feels very good.
It's good.
During the season, we've had some hurdles, played some good sides, but overall, our record right now is
6 and 7.
6 and 7.
6 and 7.
6, 7. It's 6, 7, and 1. So we have 6 wins, 7 losses, and 1 tie.
Okay.
We tied against Rockford East last Thursday, Mohammed, was it?
Yeah, I
Last
think so,
Thursday,
yeah.
we came back. It was 3-1 with 3 minutes left, right?
Yeah.
And
goals
I
in
scored
3
2 goals.
minutes.
in
Yeah.
one
Okay.
span.
Point goals.
And we tied that game. But yeah, like I said, it's been going good. I think we've learned a lot. We've grown to play with each other, adapt to each other's play styles, and build some new friendships overall.
Yeah.
Because in this school is very diverse, so it's
That
a
is
lot
true.
of
Very true.
Mexicans, white people. you know what that means. So,
Yeah. All right, Mohammed, how do you think going forward the season will pan out for you guys?
To be honest, I feel like we're gonna do way better than last year,
Okay.
and I feel like we're gonna go far.
What
Really far.
what do you think? How are you thinking like a deep playoff run? What's
that's
the
a good
ambition
thought.
here?
I don't know, but
The playoff run.
playoff
The
run.
rankings just went in this. He said no, they're going in this Wednesday.
oh really?
So that's
Okay.
when they make the seed of I think it's 17 spots or 18
Yeah.
spots.
Okay.
I remember my sophomore year, it was kind of bad. We got placed last in the section, so we had to play Elgin Maroons.
Oh,
Or no, we
really?
played Hampshire first. We beat them, and then we played Elgin, and it was pretty. They were good.
They were
They
good?
were really
They were
good.
good.
So
Yeah,
we lost 8-1, I think.
Ooh.
They were tough.
But I think this
Yeah.
year we're gonna get.
And then last year,
we're gonna
what
do
was
better.
it? Last year we had a good run. Last year we played was it Jacobs first?
Yeah,
Mohammed?
Jacobs and then
Algonquin, Jacobs. We played
Yep.
them. We came back.
Rockford East after.
We beat them in penalties. Then we played Rockford East, and
Yeah.
then we lost. I think it was 5-3, but it was a good run
was
run
good.
last year. We lost in the regional final. Yeah, it was a regional
Yeah.
final.
Okay. So this year,
But-
regional championship.
But yeah, this
Hopefully.
year we got to see what we get placed, and then I think it's looking good with our record. We beat some good sides like Harlem. I think that was an important win. We won 2-0, 2-1 actually. It was 2-1. They're a good side, so it's very important. Our coaches have told us it was very important for those games to win, because then
Yeah.
teams just go off that, and then when they push you don't want to get a bad seed, or else you're gonna be playing the top teams
Yeah.
in your section. So
Yeah.
being winning against sectional opponents it really helps you, so you don't
Yeah.
you're in the middle seed wherever, and then you can go on and maybe hopefully we'll win a regional final.
Yeah. And then last question for both of you guys. the football team, we ended up leaving the DVC and we joined a conference. We like combined a conference with the Southwest Suburban. But you guys stayed in the DVC, so you guys still play the Naperville Centrals and the Naperville Norths and the Neuqua Valleys. I want you guys to just talk about just like how is that going against that level of talent, that level of competition? Because in every sport, the DVC is completely stacked. Like every team's good. Every team will make a deep run in the playoffs. So like how is that competing against those teams? How is like what is that? What's that like?
The competition.
Love the competition.
Yeah.
I mean, overall, like Coach says, like he has no intentions of leaving
Yeah.
the DVC. I mean, he said I mean, I agree with him. All the guys gotta have the same passion of like wanting to go at teams as good as Naperville Central, good as Naperville North. Guys that go to the #1 colleges in the nations, like that one guy from Naperville North.
Yeah.
He's going to Indiana. Like I said, the best college in the nation right now, D1. So playing against sides like that really just shows you that there's levels to this bleep, and that like just playing teams like that overall makes you way better. Like when you go like not to knock other teams, but it's like when you play those teams and then go against teams like Sycamore that are in a conference that has like Rochelle, all them bum schools, like you know
Like
there's levels
compared
to this, bro.
compared
Like,
to us,
it
what we're
really preps you to play like good sides. I think it's really important. And even though sometimes like we don't get the wins, but like I said, it's important to want to go at them and just still compete with those guys.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, that's good. David, you got anything else?
I will say, because I do keep up with you guys on Instagram. What is it like having teammates like Nolan Tobin and Julian Godinez, like who help really contribute to those wins? Nolan,
For the goals?
yeah, for the goals, yeah.
The goals, Nolan's
Solid.
He's solid
Sophomore?
striker, sophomore. He's
He's
solid,
amazing.
man. I think he's lead goal scorer right now.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Without him,
He's really solid. Julian Godinez. Not gonna lie, he's been ghosting recently, but
Wow.
it's all good, bro. It's all love at the end of the day. But everybody on the team always on his ass. But
we love him. We love him.
But I
Our
think
boy.
like shout out mention to Musab. I feel like every team needs a player like Musab.
Yeah, honestly, I agree.
Everybody
Yeah.
is always on his butt, like always making jokes to him. But at the end of the day, Musab's always keeping it positive, always helping up the team.
That's good.
Even though he doesn't get the most PT, he's there. Always
He's just
supporting.
like
He
a
be
team
hyping-
guy.
he be
He's a
hyping
team
us
guy.
up.
Team guy,
Okay,
yeah.
Hyping us up.
That's
Important,
good.
yeah.
That's good. And so you guys are a pretty young team. Like you got a lot of underclassmen that
100%.
are on varsity. I mean, obviously we have a few seniors that
Yeah.
play and whatever. But
Yeah.
you guys are pretty young. So like, how do you think once you guys graduate and you're no longer players, how well do you think they'll stack up? And do you think that those kids that are young right now will take a step and fill big shoes that are gonna need filled when you guys graduate? How do you think they'll be?
I think we got some good leaders, like Nolan. 100%. Like, hopefully you're gonna bring the group together, and I think they're gonna do as good as us, like what we're doing right now.
Yeah, we got some solid pieces that I think are gonna develop well. Like Jack
100%
McCormick.
Jack,
He's
yeah.
very good, very talented, tall, big center back. Nathan Boogie, he's
Yeah.
really good also. I think they're gonna do good next year. Guys like Mitchell, guys like Alan. I mean, like I said, they're very good. So I think they'll do good without us.
What about my guy Braden Adams?
Braden
Oh.
Adams. Oh, my bad. That's my bad. I forgot Braden Adams. Yeah,
Solid, bro.
he's tough.
He's tough.
Athletic as well.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, he plays like 4 sports.
Yeah, like 4
Yeah,
sports.
right.
Damn,
Multi
it's
sport
crazy.
athlete right there.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good. All right.
I believe that's it. Dog.
believe that's all we got for you guys.
Appreciate you guys coming
Appreciate
on today.
coming
Thank
on.
you guys, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, my guy.
Appreciate you.
Mohammed.
Mauricio.
All right, and so now we got Daniel and Braden behind the camera. We'll have them come on, and we'll have you guys go back to class.
Yeah.
All right, thank you guys.
Study
Yes,
hard,
sir.
guys. Good luck on the season. Wow, that's crazy.
All right, come on, boys. Bring it up here.
Bring it on, John B. We were keeping that in, by the way.
100%. Yeah, that's all right.
That was
great.
good.
That was
It
really
was
good.
Good
at the
segment.
end.
That was a good
I
segment.
like the DVC question. That was
Yeah.
good.
That's a good segment.
Way to go, Mason.
I look, you missed my
Appreciate
name, DVC.
Yeah. DVC.
Yeah, DVC. That's definitely definitely tough.
DVC was nice, but like
Yeah.
like you said, the Naperville Centrals and the Norths and
It's
really-
definitely it's a different talent level. Definitely
right.
for
Yeah.
sure.
Even
Different
like,
talent level across all sports.
even when we were losing, it was just fun to play in that conference.
It was,
That's
yeah.
just
It
good.
was.
That's just good competition.
Yeah, see guys like Luke Williams play, and like it's like watch what he's doing, and like it's like holy
Even
crap.
Gabe Hill,
Like
dude,
yeah,
is-
Gabriel Hill,
Yeah.
absolute monster.
To be
Yeah.
able to go
strong.
from, like they said, to all the smaller, like Sycamore, Kalen schools and go against, like,
Naperville
and
North.
just like just see the difference in.
Yeah, you
Level.
could any sport you could definitely see like the
Yeah.
drop off in talent and the whatever. Yeah. But yeah, so back on what we've been talking. We got the NFL. This week was a great week. Honestly, there was a lot of good games. Yep, a lot of I mean, there was a lot to look at that was good, and a lot that a lot of teams are kind of
ugly.
Yeah, definitely some ugly.
And don't worry, everyone. We're not just doing NFL. Trust me, we'll have MLB soon.
Yeah, we
we'll
got
have,
Yeah,
MLB.
the playoffs
Yeah.
are coming
Yeah.
I'll
up.
be doing hockey. I'll be doing hockey for sure. NBA's.
NBA's coming back.
NBA's
NBA's
coming back
coming
pretty
back.
NBA's
soon.
coming back,
Coming
yeah.
up soon.
Yep.
So, yeah,
So
we'll
once we
have-
get past the preseason, NBA will start
Yep,
talking about
we'll
them.
definitely have our fair share of different sports.
100%.
So don't worry.
Yeah, MLB we got the playoffs coming up, and it's shaping up to be a good.
Yeah,
Hey,
it
it's
will.
gonna be
I'm
October.
excited. I'm excited.
Hey, that wild card series with the Cubs and Padres.
That's gonna be really good.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
gonna be a really good
Yeah,
series.
yeah.
out there.
Not a Cubs fan, but I'll watch that.
No, how are you not a Cubs fan, dude?
Because
I'm
he's a
a
Sox
Sox
fan.
fan.
He's a
Oh
Sox fan
my
and a Browns
God.
fan.
South
What else?
side.
What else
Hey,
are you
south
fan
side.
We
of?
finished.
Chicago
we finished,
White Sox?
We finished 20 games better than what we were last year.
Colson
I will
Montgomery.
take it. Colson Montgomery.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
he's
Okay,
good.
Colson
I'll-
If
Montgomery,
he
yeah.
started sooner in the year, I'd say he'd be rookie of the year.
I would say. So.
Yeah.
I don't know, but the White Sox are just
It's okay.
atrociously
I would take
buns
having more than
terrible.
40
We're going.
wins.
We're going 500 next year.
Ooh,
Trust me.
I
Trust me.
don't
Trust
know.
me. Trust me.
What
Trust
a
me.
fool.
81,
Trust me.
81. I
You
would
guys
take
were
it.
like 25 games under 500.
Hey,
Okay.
big improvements. We might bring in a big market player. You never know.
You
Like
never
who?
know.
Who?
Like, who would
wants to
go
come
there?
to the White Sox?
Oh, don't,
Exactly. Who'd come? If
We're
they
gonna
don't go to the
muster up some
Cubs,
money.
why are they going to go to the White Sox?
Because
So they can be the
because-
star player on a trash team.
But they're trash. They're
Exactly.
not
Okay.
making the playoffs.
But you're still the star player.
Okay, but you're not doing
Okay,
anything. You play out. You
exactly.
get your 162
All right, let's just
games
get
in
into
that.
this.
Exactly.
NFL.
All right, let's get back to
Let's get
it.
into this NFL.
We got playoffs coming up.
you're
We'll
making
talk
me
more
mad.
about
You're
that.
making me mad. Just
All right.
stop talking.
All
about
right.
it.
Talking NFL,
All
first
right.
game that we're gonna talk about is the Giants and the Chargers. The Giants get the upset win in Jackson Dart's first career start. The Giants, honestly, I mean, they look solid. They had the injury to Malik Neighbors,
Out
who
for the
it's
season.
Yeah, it
confirmed
turns
now
out
with a
ACL.
torn ACL.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is honestly that sucks. Malik Neighbors has had a great rookie season, and he looked like he was coming back in where he left off, and was balling out, and then. Death life as they call it. MetLife Stadium just takes another victim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have to do something about that
They-
field.
yeah,
Yeah,
They-
that turf is terrible.
They
And
got
it's an outside. It's an outside field. Just make it grass at this point.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
right.
It's
It's-
open.
it's-
Just make it grass.
got to be grass in my opinion. But
Yeah.
yeah, so Malik Neighbors goes down, but even with the injury to Malik Neighbors, the Giants pull it out. Jackson
Yeah.
Dart,
You look great.
he did.
He did.
He looked
did.
really
Yeah,
really
he's
solid.
the future of New York.
100%. I would agree. Yeah, he looked really solid. Ended up getting the win for them. The Chargers, honestly, I mean, the Giants' defense is really
Yeah, that
solid.
was- yeah.
They
know,
are,
like
yeah.
like they've got Dexter Lawrence and Brian Burns, Kayvon Thibodeau,
that's like-
just drafted Abdul Carter. That's a
That's a
legit
good
defensive
pass
line.
rush. That's
It is.
like
Yeah,
right
that
there.
pass rush
100%.
is broken. That's
Yeah.
like a Madden built D line.
It literally, yeah.
How do you
Then-
get Brian Burns, Abdul Carter, and Dexter Lawrence?
Yeah.
And Dexter
All-
Lawrence almost
yeah.
with a pick six.
Yeah,
Oh
had
my
the,
God,
the,
the
the
big
segment, the sexy Dexy.
Oh,
Did
I
he?
gotta
Yeah.
find that. We gotta put that clip in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was definitely very electric. But yeah, I mean, the Giants defense really just got after Justin Herbert. Made him uncomfortable, and they ended up pulling it out. Good win, definitely a good one. Cam Scatabo ran really well.
Scatabo,
He had
yeah.
like
Yeah.
25 carries or something
Yeah.
like that.
When
Like,
Tyrone Tracy's healthy, that was going to be.
that's a good 1-2
Yeah.
punch.
That's really good.
It's going to be up there with Montgomery and.
Yeah, kind of like
Gibbs.
I would say it's kind of like in New York. It's kind of like their own version of Sonic and Knuckles because Tyrone Trace kind of your speed guy. Cam Scatabo just angry runner, dude. Just
Dude, he runs.
He runs.
angry.
gosh.
He runs.
He
crazy
runs pissed off.
PTE.
like and of course I didn't hear of him until that the playoff game against Texas, and like I should have been like hip on him, but like Cam Scott that was like that's gonna be a steal. It's gonna end up being a steal for the
100%.
Giants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He runs hard, and the Giants they do have that rookie tandem with Dart and Scatabo. That-
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
And
it's a good core with Abdul Carter as well.
Yeah.
Like I think Giants they have a good young core. They could be.
They could
And
be
And
who
do you
never
think
knows?
if Jackson Dart does well and keeps doing what he does and stays healthy, do you think Russell Wilson's ever going to come back and
Oh,
start for him?
No.
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 Honestly, I mean, Russ is kind of at that point in his career
Just
where
collect the paycheck.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
he's
kind of
always
that.
gonna give you that one big game, and then he's just gonna
Right.
fizzle out.
Yeah,
And kind-
he's really like towards the end of his production as a quarterback. I mean, he had a great career. He'll
He
be a
did.
Hall
Great
of
career.
Famer.
Yeah.
He'll be a Hall of Famer for sure. Yeah, like I said, very good, prolific career.
Yeah.
But I mean, he's old, and honestly, it's like not every quarterback is going to be like Aaron Rodgers, where they're 40 years old and they're still putting up numbers and still leading a team.
And that's what the Browns need to learn. Joe Flacco's not the guy, and they need to
No.
put someone like Dylan Gabriel or
Brayden, I don't want to hear it. You were crying because you said you wanted Joe Flacco over Shedeur Sanders before the draft. You were all in on Joe Flacco.
Why is he frying right now?
I don't know, but Joe Flacco is terrible. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
Joe Flacco.
he was
is
all
not
in on
good.
getting Joe Flacco back, so I don't want to hear
Bro,
it.
just leave, bro.
Yeah.
Collect the paycheck.
But yeah, I mean Russell Wilson, he's kind of just. I mean he's being a good mentor
Yeah.
for Jackson Dart. You know, he's helping him kind
Yeah.
of just adjust to the league. But I don't really see him playing anymore.
The big thing with Russ is that he was like the athletic dual threat quarterback, and
Once upon
now
a
he
time,
has to be a pocket passer because he's so
Yeah,
old.
'cause-
That's kind of where his game's kind of falling
Yeah.
off.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean he can still throw it all over the place.
Moon
but-
balls, dude.
Yeah, the moon balls.
Yeah,
But yeah, he's not the same quarterback anymore, and that's what happens. But yeah, I think with the Giants with Jackson Dart, it'll be.
It's promising.
I think it is. It
Yeah.
definitely is. I
Promising.
think they'll be all right. I'm excited to see what they do, especially now without Malik Neighbors.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough. So
Yeah.
maybe the Giants go out and snag somebody, or they just try to build off what they can. But
Yeah.
For years to come, I think the Giants could be pretty much set.
They could
Yeah.
be. Could
Yeah,
be for
I see
sure.
if they got 4 or 5 years maybe.
Mhm.
yeah. I will throw this in real quick about the Chargers before we move on to our next game. With that D line, it kind of shows you how much they're missing Rashawn Slater. Having Joe Alt have to kind of carry the whole
So
line.
nice.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, also, Joe Alt high ankle sprain at MetLife.
Oh yeah.
Did he
that's
re-
right.
oh, that's
Yeah,
right.
I
yeah,
Oh,
completely forgot
gosh.
about
Oh
that.
my God,
Joe
yeah.
Alt and Malik Neighbors in the same game.
They really got in.
Dude, FedEx
Two-
Field and MetLife are terrible
Yeah,
fields.
2 second-year players.
FedEx
that
is Washington,
are-
right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
FedEx
both
is.
those.
They're moving back actually to their old stadium.
Are they really?
I think
Yeah, they're
it's
going to tear it down
renovated.
and they're moving it back to actually being Washington.
Good.
But yeah,
Well, DC.
so
Yeah.
Joe Alt and Malik Neighbors in the same game. You know, I mean, it's 2 different injuries. You know, but it's still like
Still
playing
yeah.
playing at that field at that stadium, and
You're
it's,
missing like
Yeah.
half a season for a couple of them.
exactly
Yeah.
high ankle sprain is tough to come back
Yeah.
from, especially for an offensive lineman.
Yeah, 'cause
But yeah,
you-
now
yeah.
now the Chargers, Rashawn Slater goes down before the season starts, and now Joe Alt will miss at least 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Right, yeah.
So it's like, it's definitely tough for them. But I mean, they still got Justin Herbert. Quentin Johnson played well again. Their receivers are solid. Omarion Hampton ran really well.
That's the
Yeah.
running back of the future. Right
He is,
there.
yeah.
It
He
is,
definitely
yeah.
solidified that spot, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, Chargers a little banged up, but we gotta see how they adjust and bounce back going forward.
Still in the division lead right now. in the
Yep.
AFC
Yep.
West, so
Yep.
They'll be fine if they just retool some things.
100%.
But our next game, we're going to move into a good game that we saw at the 12 o'clock hour. We saw the Eagles take the dub in Tampa Bay. I didn't see much of this game, but from what I saw, it was just Eagles were dominating, and then
Yep.
the Buccaneers
Yep.
just made a strong comeback. We saw Bucky Irving and Emeka Abuga break off 70-plus plays for touchdowns. Again, Emeka Abuga continues to impress.
Rookie of the year.
I would say
Yeah, he's a stud.
like,
Yeah.
give him like 2 more games. He might have it solidified now, but give him like 2 more games where he keeps producing. He automatic lock right there.
Especially now with him being wide receiver 1 with the injuries.
Yeah.
Yeah, the injuries
Mike
out.
Evans and Godwin again go down.
I mean, being from
Godwin
completely
went
washed.
back out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's not good right there.
Yeah.
I mean, but being completely washed out because Jeremiah Smith at Ohio State to come in and be
Yeah.
rookie of the year. So I think coming in, he kind of had a chip on his shoulder because of how far he fell down.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, this game, like David said, the first half was all Eagles. I
All
mean,
Eagles, yeah.
they basically could do whatever. They ran the ball well. Jalen
Just
Hurts
pushed it,
distributed the ball to his weapons at his own will, like whenever he wanted. And the Bucs defense kind of just, I mean, the Eagles came out hot. The
They
Bucs
did, yeah.
really didn't. But then, I mean, later in the game, Bucs had a few good stands where they get the ball back into Baker Mayfield's hands, and Baker just keeps making plays.
He
Like
does, yeah.
he
No matter what.
he honestly just for some reason he always just makes the most like insane play coming where it's like he'll take his drop and then there'll be pressure in his face and he'll run around in a circle for like 10 seconds.
Oh, yeah.
Then he'll break a tackle and find somebody wide open down the
I
field.
mean,
Yeah.
there's that one play against the 49ers where he stiff armed Nick
Yeah,
Bosa.
stiff arms Nick Bosa and plants him into the
Yeah.
ground and throws a first down.
Like,
It's like
full on dribbles
yeah.
him as a basketball.
yeah. So it's like it's always Baker Mayfield just making a crazy
Yeah,
play.
I think Baker Mayfield has arguably is one of the best clutch quarterbacks.
100%.
Yeah.
I would 100% agree.
Game winning, not even drives, just full on game winning quarters being down after
Yeah.
halftime.
Yeah.
Definitely.
But yeah, I mean, the Bucks were 3-0 and they'd all been fourth quarter comeback wins. And so this game coming down to the wire, you thought, "Oh, here we go again. The Bucks are going to get their 4th comeback win in a row." And then Baker that was the one time where he tries to make a play and
Just didn't work
the
out.
mistake, yeah.
Yeah.
He made his first mistake where it's like all the times where you see him scramble and you see him run around and it's like, oh, he's gonna throw a pick or he's gonna fumble, he's gonna get sacked. This was the one time all year, really in the past 2 years, where he's tried to make a play and then he made the mistake
Yeah.
that ended up costing them.
Actually, yeah.
Yeah, they throw an interception on like the 30-yard line. They're about to go score and turn the ball over. and-
Yeah.
Just can't have that.
yeah, I can't have that.
Oh,
Yeah,
they're still a
Eagles-
great team, though.
That's-
I'm not going
yeah.
to count them out
Team
just after just
Yeah.
one mistake. 3-1, you're still leading the division.
Yep.
They're still, great team to have.
Yeah, I would definitely say they're still in the driver's seat of that division. For
Right,
sure.
right.
I don't,
Theirs
I
to
don't
lose
think.
at this point.
Yeah.
Is there even a team with 2 wins in that division still?
The Falcons
The
just
Falcons,
got there.
yeah,
The
the
Falcons are
We'll
2
get
and
into that
2.
later, but
Yeah.
they picked up their second.
Yeah.
win.
Because
Oh, yeah,
the
yeah,
Saints
yeah.
are
I forgot,
terrible.
yeah, that was
Saints
my
are
pick.
god awful.
Yeah.
Panthers only have 1 win, and the Falcons have 2 now. So
Yeah.
Need,
I mean-
need a petition to change a USFL team for the Saints.
Yeah.
Get the Birmingham
Instead of
Stallions
the
or
Pro
whatever.
Bowl, I think it should be whatever team finishes last. The last 2 bottom teams have to fight it out, and loser gets sent to the USFL.
That'd
And
be
it could be
crazy.
called like the Toilet Bowl or something. and be get sponsored by
Yeah,
like
that'd be-
Charmin.
That'd be great. I like that marketing. Right
so that's a good pitch. It's a good pitch.
Roger Goodell, if you're listening.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Roger
Goodell,
Goodell.
listen up.
Yeah.
We got you.
But
$1
nonetheless,
million idea.
but nonetheless, it was a pretty good gritty win for the
Yep,
Eagles.
yep.
They stay undefeated, but I don't think they'll stay undefeated. throughout
No.
the season.
Yeah,
'Cause
what are the, that's one like 19 in a row now or something like that
Yeah.
going back to last
Yeah.
season. That's they're just they are the best team in football.
That's
like
true.
they have the best offensive line, best running back, one of the best defenses. Like they just win games. They just find a way to win.
Yeah.
Shout out
Yeah.
to Howie Roseman, dude. He's
Yeah, and
investing.
that's
And you know what the
exactly.
crazy thing is? Nick Sirianni was on the hot seat 2 years ago before the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because the way they crashed.
Yeah, and now they've won 19 in a row. It's like that's what Super Bowl contending teams do. They find ways to win. What Jalen Hurts will throw for 130 yards and they'll win by 2 scores. It's like they just find ways to win. And that's what a championship team does. So, yeah. Moving on to our next game, Falcons Commanders. This is in Atlanta. Falcons get the win in a 1-score game, 34-27.
Told y'all.
My fault.
Yeah, Daniel was right. He
All
did
right.
say.
I want to say something real quick. Can we get a round of applause for all the tight ends out there and everybody that had him on his fantasy team? Still believe in him. Kyle Pitts finally got a
Pitts.
touchdown. Kyle Pitts finally got scored a
Kyle Pitts.
touchdown.
Yeah.
Shout out to all the fantasy managers that never gave up on him.
I gave up on him a long time
Dude,
ago.
yeah, I
Yeah.
remember I had him 2 years ago, and I think the most he scored for me in a game was like 8.4 points. I was like, dude, I drafted you in like the 5th round. I thought I got a steal,
Nah,
and
he
then
just didn't
he
produce.
was just terrible. I mean, yeah, so now definitely this year I've actually watched all 4 of the Falcons games. Like for whatever reason, I find myself watching the Falcons, and Kyle Pitts is, he's definitely been a key contributor in this offense, and he's looked good, and you could definitely tell he's taking that next step with Michael Penix. They have a good
Yeah.
connection, and him, Penix and Drake London,
Yeah,
that's a good 3 right there to where they're putting up numbers, and when Penix is not playing how he did against Carolina,
Yeah, that was terrible.
getting shut out and getting benched and throwing
Probably
like
one of the
3
worst teams
interceptions.
ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like when he, there's that, and then he does what he's been doing the other 2 games that they've won, where he's throwing for 350 yards and 3 touchdowns or something like that.
And it's kind of
It's-
more like a Washington Penix now from when he was in college.
Exactly,
Yeah.
yeah. Where he's
Yeah.
throwing the ball over the place, making every throw. That Falcons offense looks a lot better
Yeah.
when Penix is comfortable and is able to make every throw, and but they look good. Marcus Mariota, again came in as the backup because Jane Daniels is still Erson that he's still injured. They look solid.
They did look
They-
solid.
They did, yeah.
The Commanders just didn't do enough. 27 points is that's a lot. And that usually is good enough for a win, but the Falcons
not.
kind of just exploded and put up 34. It was a good game though.
It was,
Bijan
yeah.
Robinson,
Yes.
he is a stud.
Yep.
He
Yeah.
might be the best running back in the NFL. He might.
Yeah.
I think so far he's had a better year than Saquon. I think, in my opinion. I
Yeah.
mean, he's had 100 yards receiving in every single game.
Yeah.
That's just a good option for this Falcons team. Honestly, if they can just stay consistent somehow, some way, they could potentially sneak into the wild card. I'm not saying that they're gonna win. They could win 10 games. Don't get me wrong, but I feel like this is still the Falcons we're talking about. I just need to see a sense of consistency
Yeah.
for them to make a
Yeah.
deep playoff run. Because again, I think this is how their season ended last year. They played the Commanders in one of their last games to potentially get in the playoffs, but they
They
lost.
lost.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it was a close
It
tie
was.
for the division
It
with
was, yeah.
the Buccaneers and the Falcons.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's kind of the game they needed to win. They
Yeah.
unfortunately lost and didn't make it.
Yeah, I would say. I do think they have a shot. They got to just catch fire, win a couple games. But I just think they're a young team still. Like they're still young. Kyle Pitts is like 26. Bijan's 2 years younger. Penix is in his first year as a starter. Drake London's still pretty young. So like their core guys, even AJ Terrell on defense, like their core guys are young. They don't have a whole lot of no one has playoff experience on this team.
No.
No one is really, like a seasoned veteran that will come in and like command a locker room and like be the guy for them. They're all young and they're all like very talented. All of them are very talented, but they're young. So it's like you're definitely gonna see growing pains. But like I'm excited to see how this season unfolds for them because they're definitely have a good solid young core, but we just got to see how it goes.
For sure.
Because I was kind of surprised when they released Grady Jarrett because he's on that Super Bowl team that blew the lead. So, I mean, yeah, they have Kirk Cousins, but he didn't really have any playoff success throughout his career. I mean, one year he lost in the wild card to the Giants, being the higher seed. So, kind of losing that key, like, veteran defensive player because he's still producing even with the Bears. So, I'm kind of surprised that they let go of that veteran leadership. He's been in, everybody's going to listen to the veterans because they've been in the league, but him being for the Falcons for so long, he'd kind of be listened more because he knows the organization more.
I would just say I feel like for that it was just he was just getting old, and he was going to be like a player of that caliber. You have to pay him, and they're like I said, they have a young core, so they didn't want to take on a guy who's older and take on that contract. So I mean it's a good move, but they're definitely, like I said, they're reloading. They're young, but yeah, I think. It's interesting. Their situation and the rest of their season will be interesting, I think.
Yeah.
I will agree. And in our next game, to recap, we have the Los Angeles Rams took down the Colts at home with a final score of 27-20. I would say I did predict this game right, but I'm proud of the fight that the Colts had. But they would have been up in this game, or at least been in contention. Adonai Mitchell. He just had one more yard.
Yeah.
And he fumbled, unfortunately.
Yeah,
Yet again, the Colts fumbled right before the goal line last year with Jonathan Taylor.
I actually watched that live. That was absolutely terrible. He's celebrating, holds the ball out like this, goes to switch it to his right hand, and he just flat out drops it, and it rolls out the back of the end zone. It's like, dude, that. Like they lost by 7 points.
Mistake.
That's a 14-point swing right there.
Yep.
Yeah.
That but that's
Can't get back.
can't get that back. Yeah.
That was such a dumb mistake. He just
It was. He made a great catch.
Yep.
Made a good move to break free, and he's untouched 40 yards, and then he gets at the goal line and
play,
exactly right, like to tie the game up, and then nope.
And I think it's a ball carrier. I think that would be, if I was a ball carrier, that would be like one of my top fears. Like celebrating too early and just like fumbling of any sort. It's like, god dang it. Like,
right.
I messed up. And like then the fight to get the ball back. And unfortunately, the ball runs out of the end zone. And then the NFL rule is if the ball rolls out, it's automatically a loss or downs.
Touchback. And
it's like, that's a terrible thing. I think he'll bounce back. But he's in his second year.
Yeah.
Something like that. Second or third.
Adonai Mitchell's still new to the league, so of course he's still learning. But it's like things like that cannot happen.
Yeah,
so
that's a boneheaded mistake that you just can't have.
I think he'll eventually bounce back. But to talk about the winning team, the Rams, I mean, they were just efficient. Devontae Adams, Matthew Stafford, again, connected. This is what we like to see. I mean, if I'm a Rams fan from this viewpoint, of course, Stafford's getting up there in age. I think this is his last season.
Probably
last to second to last.
But to get production from him and Devontae Adams, that's always a must because, I mean, between them and the Seahawks and maybe the 49ers, I really think the NFC West is really up for grabs.
Yeah, I would agree.
I think the Rams will eventually run away with it. It's like that's what you love to see early on. And then Puka Nacua, he's always going to produce.
He is so good.
Always
so
good.
Still,
Kyron Williams going to produce. I will say, because when I turned on this game, I think it was the last 2 minutes, Jared Verse absolutely bullied the set. He benched
blows
and he would
put him on his butt. Yeah,
you just love to see that. And for, just from a Rams fan standpoint, there's definitely some promise there. You just got to keep building off. Like for a lot of these teams, just keep building off the successes that you had, and you could potentially go far.
Yeah. Yep. I think the Rams. I like the Rams a lot, and I think they're definitely an interesting team because we're talking about the Falcons, how the Falcons have a young core, but the Rams are a team where they have guys who are young, like a Jared Verse, like a Puka Nacua, but then they have guys who are seasoned vets that have been in the league for a long time and produced at a high level in the league for a long time, like a Matthew Stafford, a Devontae Adams, who are still like their go-to guys. They have a good mix of, like I said, youth and experience and talent to where. I think they're my prediction to win the NFC West. I think they'll win that division. I think pretty handedly, and then, like I said, they have the experience to go make a deep run in the playoffs. And I mean, they lost last year to Philly in the divisional, but that was really a toss-up game until one of the last plays of the game. But this year, I think they'll come with a vengeance. I think, give me the Rams to win the NFC.
I like that. I don't hate that.
Give me the Rams.
That's
to
a really
win.
hot take, but I don't hate
Rams
it.
to the Super
I think
Bowl.
it's a bit too soon, but I can see it though.
That's
Rams
not a
to the
crazy
Super
take.
Bowl.
That's a pretty decent.
Rams. Give me the Rams.
Yeah, before we move on, I would like to say I apologize to Indiana Jones. He still went out there and did his thing. He still played a solid game with Jared Verse, just bull rushing I think he was literally lined up with the linebackers.
Yeah,
and
he
just
was.
completely bull rush. Like his intent was to go back there and lay out Daniel
And, yeah.
Jones.
Yeah, Jared Verse is gonna be.
Yeah,
a stud.
he's gonna.
Yeah,
He's getting
way
there.
to replace Aaron Donald.
And working on to say because he actually challenged Aaron Donald in the offseason to like a workout because he didn't think
Yeah.
Aaron Donald's
Yeah.
workouts were excruciating, but they were. Aaron
Yeah,
Donald's
yeah.
still in good shape. I think about 35, 36.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
retired.
he
young
can
for
come
sure.
back.
If Aaron Donald wants to, again, he could really come back.
Yeah.
But Jared Verse, like that's just a great replacement. Again, good drafting by the Rams, who in the recent years won a Super Bowl. They got rid of those picks.
They went all in on that Super Bowl
They
too.
really
They
did.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did.
So to be able to rebuild right after that, it's insane. Because I know Cooper Kupp got a fat bag, Donald and Stafford, they all got big fat paychecks coming off that Super Bowl,
Yep.
and to be able to rebuild through the
Try to
draft
pick
and
up the
then
pieces,
still
yeah.
keep veteran talent on there with Matthew Stafford
Yeah.
and Devontae Adams.
Yeah, I say then you get Puka Nacua and Jared Verse. They just reloaded. And it's, yeah. Moving on now, we've got the Bears going into Las Vegas and squeaking one out against the Raiders.
Block field goal.
Yeah, with a game-winning
Another
blocked
block
field
Yeah,
goal.
field
the
goal.
Bears felt left out against all the blocked field goals week 3. So
Yeah.
they just wanted to get
So
one for
let's
their
get
own.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would say really the storyline of this game was Geno Smith just has to stop turning the ball over.
Yeah,
Like,
three
that's-
interceptions.
Three
That's, like,
interceptions.
Bad.
It's that. That's
It's bad, yeah.
yeah.
You don't want
with
that.
with the year he had last year, to where it's like he kind of came into his second prime as a quarterback in the NFL and absolutely balled out. And then the Raiders were like, all right, we need a quarterback. Who's out there? Oh, there's Geno Smith.
Pete Carroll, yeah. 'Cause
Yeah.
I mean,
it's
yeah.
Pete Carroll's influence.
Yeah.
His
Pete
first
Carroll.
revive was with Pete Carroll, so he has really no excuse. I mean, Brock Bowers, he's a little bit banged up, but he's still out there. Ashton Genty and Jacoby Myers
Big
is a
game by
solid
the way.
receiver. So, I mean, he kind of has no excuse besides the O-line.
Yeah, no, Geno Smith just didn't take care of the ball, and it definitely cost them. Gave the Bears good field position. Like for the first half, I don't know if they started a drive past the 40-yard line, like on the other side
They were
of the
all
40.
there. A lot of their turnover drives did start in the red zone. Because
Yeah.
I know the interception, Kevin Byard brought it back to the 30, and
Yeah.
then Tyreek Stevenson got the fumble, which he brought back to the 25. And the thing is, it should have been a blowout game because you got to capitalize off
exactly.
those
Yeah,
turnovers,
right.
which is why it came down to that field goal.
Yeah, and I was just gonna say, like, even with all these turnovers, Genty had the fumble, Geno had the 3 interceptions. It's like the Raiders gave the Bears this
They really-
game.
they
Like,
really
yeah.
did.
like
They
it
gave
should
away.
have been a 3-score game to where the last play is the Bears kneeling the ball out.
Yeah.
But instead, the Bears don't capitalize on these drives starting in the red zone, and they don't get any points out of 2 of those drives. And it comes down to the last play of the game where they ended up blocking the field goal. So I guess it's like ball don't lie, but like
Yeah.
but like still, like, if the Bears think they're contenders, if they think they have a shot at winning the NFC North, and
gotta finish.
you got
Yeah.
you got
Yeah,
to
I will-
capitalize on
Yeah,
those
you
mistakes.
can't let that happen during a good team. No shade to the Raiders at all, but
They're not good.
They're not a good
They're
team.
not good.
No,
And you
they're built
can't-
good, but
Right, you can't have those. You can't capitalize when you're against the Packers or the Eagles or stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah, 'cause
Like
their division is contested too.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
all those teams are potentially playoff contending teams.
Yeah.
And drop a game like the Raiders. And again, I know Ashton Genty's a rookie, and in college he was this big superstar, but he had a really huge game. I don't
He
know.
did. It was
he
like
had
100
3 touch.
I think he had
3
2.
touchdowns.
Yeah.
Or he had
Yeah.
3?
3
Yeah.
total
Yeah,
touchdowns.
3 total
Okay, yeah.
touchdowns.
I mean,
he-
but the Bears had literally the 32nd rushing, so you kind of expect
took
it.
advantage of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did. But yeah, Genty finally,
Broke out.
finally broke out. I think, hey, call me crazy. I think part of it is he went
think
back
it's
to
the
the
post.
old stance. Went
Yeah,
back to
I
the old
literally
stance.
think it's because he's back to the Michael Myers stance.
It could
That's
be.
it.
Like Chip Kelly was like, we're not gonna let you do this.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to be there in a regular 2-point
Nah,
stance.
I'm gonna do my own thing.
Yeah,
bro.
Genty finally was like, nah, I'm
wonder
gonna go
with
back
him
to what
standing
worked.
Up, it allows him to kind of see the defense and almost see a hole, like where more linebackers and safeties are lined
Right.
up. I wonder if that's what he
think that
sees with
maybe-
lining
Yeah,
up.
it's just like he's like, I'm gonna just
That's
enter,
like
I'm gonna
1,000
enter flow
IQ.
state real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just gets in and he ran all over them. He had like 140 yards, 3 touchdowns. It was definitely he definitely broke out, and we saw the Ashton Genty that we saw at Boise State. Definitely he ran all breaking tackles, running people over. It was definitely like the Genty we know and we've seen before.
Yeah. I will say this about the Bears not capitalizing. Their O-line was shaken up. You come into the game, Donald Wright's already hurt. Braxton Jones gets hurt. Drew Dahlman, for being the best center in the market, he's been doing bad. He's been getting blown up a lot. I mean, there was one bad snap where nobody was even set. I'm surprised there wasn't a flag for illegal formation or illegal shift. And to come in that game and not already have a questionable run game with DeAndre Swift, that kind of help the Raiders to stop them from getting those turnovers and capitalizing off of them. But I will say, Ben Johnson in Las Vegas, the gambling man. I don't know if you guys saw it, but he ran a fake flea flicker.
He did.
Yeah, Caleb
he
handed
did.
off to Swift, and then Swift turned around and fake threw it back, and then he got off for, like, I think a solid, like, 5, almost 10-yard run.
Yeah, and that comes after they hit the Cowboys on the actual flea flicker to
Yeah.
Luther Burden.
So
you know?
everyone bites on it.
Yeah.
And they all
Yeah.
expect
And then,
it.
yeah.
So this is a good piece of coaching right there.
It is.
Sorry
Yeah,
for
it
that stutter,
is.
but I will say the Bears they did because for a minute I thought they were really gonna lose this game, but
Oh, yeah.
They gave the game to the Raiders, and the Raiders gave it right back.
they
Yeah.
really did. They
Yeah.
just gave the game to them.
Neither team wanted to win.
Caleb
Yeah.
Williams, way to close out the game. Bears
Yeah.
get the win.
Yep.
Next game we want to talk about ended in a tie. I mean, this is just a great Sunday night football
It
game.
was.
We saw the Packers and the Cowboys tie at 40 apiece. Going into this game, I thought that the Packers were just going to blow the Cowboys out the water.
Yeah.
After seeing
I think everybody did.
the Cowboys' performance last week against the Bears, I thought the Packers had this in the bag. But
Yeah.
I turned the game and I was like, why is it 40-37 coming down the last field goal?
Yeah.
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 That was because, I mean, the Packers, they're healthy, besides, a few receivers here and there. And on defense, they're all healthy. And they're just built better than the Bears, to be honest. And I don't see how they weren't able to get the job done. I mean, Micah didn't even – I mean, don't get me wrong. He was disruptive, but he wouldn't even play like how Micah typically does. I was expecting him to have a better performance because I know their line's banged up. I know the tackle they just paid as one of the Tylers. They have like 3 Tylers. on their
Tyler
O-line.
Smith.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Tyler
it's
Smith.
kind of crazy real
Yeah,
quick.
there's
They
a lot
have
of Tylers.
3 different Tylers on their
Booker,
O-line.
and Booker.
Yeah.
Booker was out. That was the one that was out.
Yeah.
Was it? Okay.
Tyler Booker, the guard from
Yeah.
Alabama. Yeah, he's
Booker,
good.
Smith, and there's another one.
Guyton.
Yeah,
Guyton,
Tyler
yes,
Guy-
thank
yeah,
you.
yeah.
Yeah.
So they have the 3 Tylers that are all really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this game, like you talking about Micah Parsons, I feel like the Cowboys did, everything in their power to kind of neutralize him. Where it's like on pass rushes,
He was frustrated.
right?
too.
Yeah,
I saw
it's
that.
like pass rush. He's getting chipped by the tight end or a receiver.
back,
When they're running the ball, they're running away from Micah to where it's like, all right, he's just gonna have to come chase us down if he wants to make the tackle,
And
because
that'll-
we're not gonna let him beat us. So we're just gonna take him out of the equation, take him out of the play.
And that'll definitely make you lose momentum and spirit. Like,
Exactly,
what
right.
am I doing here? I don't
Yeah.
really do nothing. So it's like
Right.
I'm just gonna sit here and kind of.
Right. And yeah, I mean, he ended up getting the sack that wasn't really a sack. It was kind of like Prescott was rolling out. And
Yeah.
Micah comes from the back and tackles him.
His legs,
at like the line of scrimmage. But yeah, it was a good game to watch. But I just think the Packers, honestly, I mean, they should have won. You got CeeDee Lamb was out, so George Pickens is the wide receiver. That's the one guy you have to guard, and
true.
he just absolutely torched the defense.
He did. He showed why he
Yeah.
was a potential wide receiver one, like they wanted him to be
Yeah.
in Pittsburgh. Good,
Yeah.
good game from Pickens, I will say.
Yeah.
Yeah, he balled
but
out.
I watched like the last, I would say 30 seconds. Jordan Love almost cost him the game on that last throw.
Yeah, that was
That-
I was so confused. I was like, okay, there's 10 seconds left. Like, we should just run the ball and just kick the field goal, take
Yeah.
the tie. Or like I feel like we had no urgency in overtime at all.
Yeah.
It was like
It was
we're-
very slow
It
from
was
Packers,
exactly, yeah. It's like we're going down and we're just letting the clock run and letting it run and letting it run, and it's like we had the ball on the 40-yard line with 2 minutes left and we ran 4 plays in 2 minutes.
I will say that also goes to show that Matt Eberflus can't call the defense, because that last play when Jordan Love almost sold the game, send the house.
Yeah.
It's 10 seconds left, and because if you get the sack,
Take the chance.
and
You
then
gotta take that
exactly,
chance, yeah.
and
It's
then
even a longer field goal, and
it's even a longer field goal, and they can miss it. And then if they do get the ball off on time, then you have your guys down there still in the secondary to make a tackle, and
Right.
you start kicking a field goal. So one way, either you get the sack and you win the game, or you get the pass off and they kick a field goal and it's tied still.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Brandon McManus, automatic. He's a good kicker.
Him and Brandon Aubrey, they earned that paycheck.
Yeah,
For-
definitely. Yeah. I mean, this game, it was a great game, and this is a game that kind of sucks to see end in a tie, which abolish ties in the NFL.
Yeah,
Get rid of
Yeah,
them.
we need college
Get
rules.
rid
Yeah,
of
do
them.
the college rules.
Get-
Yes.
College
yeah.
rules,
Get
dude.
the college
Get rid of
rules.
the ties.
college rules
Goodell,
are great. I
listen
love
to us.
I love their overtime college rules.
Yeah.
But
Those
yeah.
are like the two.
Because
the
it
two
really
overtimes
shows who
and, like,
wants
the-
it more. as
Exactly.
well.
Yeah, and it's like there's a tie is lame. A tie is
Yeah,
stupid.
no one likes a tie.
Nobody gains anything from getting a tie.
Right. Exactly. It's like you play a hard fight. You
Especially
put
this
up
early.
40 points.
Like you should at least
And-
be rewarded.
Right. You put up 40 points, and the game goes down to literally the last second of the entire thing, the last second of overtime, and it's a tie.
Yeah.
Like, it should be double overtime, or like I said, like college rules for overtime, because college overtime is very fun to watch.
It is fun.
And I think, an NFL team doing that stuff, like that'd be cool to see.
People would love that.
Yeah. But yeah, it was tough to watch. It's tough for a game like that, where a performance like that from your offense ends in a tie.
Mm-hmm.
But it was a good game though. Great game.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
And before we get out of here quick, we're going to run through these weekly predictions. First game, we got the Rams going to the Niners. Give me the Rams in this game. I think Stafford and Adams continue to click. Jared Verse in this defense also continued to impress. So give me the Rams by 1 score.
Brock Purdy's back in, isn't he?
He is. Yeah.
Okay.
He played this Sunday. He honestly, like, you could tell he's probably still a little banged up. He didn't look like the Brock Purdy we know, and they don't have George Kittle. And I mean, the Niners are banged up.
Brandon Ayuk's been ever since he got paid. He literally he balled out that 1 year so he can get the check and just sit and
hasn't played a full season since.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stick with David. Give me the Rams by at least 1 touchdown. I just think they're the better team, top to bottom.
Yeah, I'd say the Rams by 10.
Yeah.
They kind of get the extra, defense. The 49ers defense is okay, so they probably hold into a couple field goals. Like Puka Nacua, Matthew Stafford, they're gonna do what they need to do and get that extra touchdown they need.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't see this game being very close.
Yeah, I say the Rams.
Yeah.
It's going to be kind of a boring game. I feel like it's going to be slow. It's either going to be a blowout or slow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Next game, we got up the Eagles going to Denver to take on the Broncos. Give me the upset. I want the Broncos. I want the Broncos to win this game. I think
agree.
this defense.
You read my mind because I was going to say. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Go.
I think this defense will probably be one of the best defenses the Eagles will ever see.
Yeah.
AJ Brown struggled in his last game, and AJ Brown needs to be consistent.
He does.
Yeah.
Devontae Adams, he can produce all by himself.
Mm-hmm.
But if they want to beat this Broncos team, because that DB room leading with PS2, I think his name is Jade Barron.
Yeah,
Mm,
from Texas. Yeah, from Texas. He's good.
Like their DBs are good. So.
Yeah.
And then they have a pretty decent run defense too. So I think this will be a big defensive test for the Broncos and a big offensive test for the Eagles. But give me the Broncos to win this by 3. It's going to come down to the wire. The Broncos edge it out.
Broncos are at home. Mile High is a great place to play. They got a good energy there. Fans are great.
Altitude is crazy.
Altitude's crazy.
Yeah, the altitude,
Broncos are used to that.
Yeah.
Eagles not so much. So I'll take the Broncos at home.
I'm gonna say the Eagles win like 19 in a row. I think they add to the streak. They are the better team on paper, top to bottom. They're better. The Broncos defense, like you said, is really solid, but I just think, they're going to run behind their all-pro linemen, and they're going to give the ball to Saquon Barkley. They'll establish the run. Jalen Hurts will do just enough like he always does to win. And I think it'll be a close game. I think it'll be a really good game to watch. I'm going to say Eagles by a touchdown.
Yeah, I say Broncos. Nick Bonito, I feel like he can kind of handle Saquon Barkley. PS2, Jade Barron, Dre Greenlaw. I have it to the Broncos. I think they have those 4 key pieces on defense can stop the Eagles.
And then we're going to skip over one game and go to our very last game. We got the Seahawks going to Tampa Bay. Should be, again, another powerful NFC matchup. You got Sam Darnold with Jackson Smith and Jigba on one side, and then Baker Mayfield with Emeka Buga on the other. I feel like both teams kind of are similar in a way, so they're kind of just be playing themselves.
Yeah.
But I'm going to give this win to the Buccaneers. I like riding the Buccaneers' coattail this year. Emeka Buga, again, big task. Tariq Woolen, he's kind of shaky.
He hasn't been that
Devon
good.
Witherspoon
Same
as well.
with Witherspoon. They haven't been that good, to be honest.
Okay.
They had, their first year, their rookie years, and that's kind of been it. They've kind of been washed out since then. I think those 2 years, Bobby Wagner was gone this year and last year when he was with Washington. And then when he went to that 1 year stint with the Rams, you can really see that they missed him on defense.
Yeah, I think like you said, this will be a good game. I am going to go with the Bucs as well, though. I think, Baker Mayfield and the Bucs offenses, even though they are banged up now this week, I think, like you said, they got Ibuka. I think that and Bucky Irving, I think that offense is just too high-powered, and the Seahawks defense just isn't on the same level.
At all.
I think
not anymore.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's gonna be a close game, but give me the Bucs by a field goal.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good prediction. I'll take that too.
Yeah, I just say Bucs by a touchdown because I don't think their defense can keep up.
Yeah.
All right.
I think it'll be definitely a good game though, for sure.
Definitely. Well, there you go, folks. For this episode of Game On, I'm David. This is Mason. That's Daniel. This is Braden. Thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next one.
See ya.
Peace.
See ya.
Peace.